Welcome to Ozzy's Guide on the Borderland worlds for Guild Wars 2's open PvP world areas. If you don't know, there are going to be 4 maps for open world PvP, and in them, the main map is the Eternal Battlegrounds, which is not what we're featuring here today. Today we are going to cover the Borderland worlds, or the home worlds. There are 3 servers that fight over all these areas, these 4 maps, and there's going to be the green, blue, and red team. Depending on your server, you're going to get an assigned color. Each of these colors have a home world. The home worlds look completely identical in terms of form and function. They have the same amount of keeps, the same amount of supply camps. Everything looks exactly the same, except some of the naming conventions for the buildings might be a little bit different, and some of the weathering might be a little bit different. Like one map might be more swampy, while another one might be more cold, but maybe not. I haven't checked out too many things. What we're going to do is just stick with this map, and we'll pretend we're on the green team, and we're going to just pretend this is green world, and we'll just cover the map from here, if you do not mind. If you notice, there are these symbols that I drew here. These are the spawn points for these 3 teams. The green team, because it's their home world, has this massive citadel up here. It's going to have crafting vendors and all sorts of other vendors, and you could also port back to the other maps to Asura Gates and or to Lion's Arch, to PvE, massive city. Same thing here. You have the blue and the red map. You have 3 Asura Gates that will lead to the other 3 PvP maps, and you also have one that I think leads you back to Asura's Gate also. Lion's Gate. Lion's Arch. Sorry. Just a quick note, these spawn points for the 3 teams cannot be taken over. You could beat on the gates all you want, but you will not beat it down and claim it for your guild or for your color team. The other note for the border keeps is they spawn legendary guards, and if you had ever fought the legendary white bunny, you will know that these legendary guards are going to be totally super destructive. They are almost invulnerable. They will one-shot you and just wipe the floor with you. So if you go too close to one of these areas, you will get killed. The other thing to note is any players of that color affiliation that are close to their border keep are going to have an invulnerable state granted to them. They'll be running around invulnerable as long as you're close to their border keep. This is to prevent mass ganking and total annihilation wipeout. So if you're a green player coming down from here to attack these blue guys, do not farm them on this spot, for they are invulnerable. Pull back, draw them to you, but don't fight them at their keep and get killed by their legendary white bunny guards. Okay? On the map, there are various features besides these spawn points. There are these keeps. This is Garrison Keep. Every map will have a garrison, a bay keep, and a hills keep. Keeps have usually 2 sets of walls, one outer wall, one inner wall with multiple gates. Usually you have to beat down at least 2 gates in order to reach the inside of the keep and kill the keep lord. These guys here are worth 25 points to the scoring cycle as compared to some of the other points. I'll just lay them all out at this point. Please note again that the border keeps and your citadel score no points for your team per scoring cycle, and I believe it's every 5 minutes you will score 25 points if you hold one of the keeps, 10 points for the towers, 5 points for the supply camps. But going back to the keeps, I believe at Dreadfall Bay there is an Altar of Power. There might be one at Escalon Hills also, or the Hills Keep. When you go to the opposing homeworlds, you travel to the top of the map, and there is an orb keeper up there. Please apologize for my map. My original map did not have this top section. It was cut off. So I found another map and cut it off, and I just stuck it on. And I don't know why this area is gray. I just take things from online. Not a good idea. If you go up here and defeat the orb keeper, you will grab the orb and you will bring it back to your map. So if you're a red player, you run all the way up here, come all the way down here, teleport to your map, and then I think you need to run to one of these bays, one of these keeps, and drop them off in here. And then your team will get a 5% health buff. If you have all 3 orbs for your team planted, you will get a 15% health buff to all your players in the PvP worlds. Really big boon, really great stuff going on over there. wanted to make note that um, the towers, you're going to have 4 towers on your map. These are worth 10 points each per scoring cycle. Towers only have 1 gate, and they only have, so you need to just breach 1 gate in order to reach the tower commander. Then you have supply camps. There are 6 supply camps throughout the map. The supply camps will provide and generate supply for your team. Then they will send these Doloks, these little Dolok things that I made into the game world here. I was trying to get a good picture of them, but I couldn't find them. So these little Doloks will travel as caravans to your keeps or to your towers. And when they get there, they will drop off 70 supply into your tower or into your keep. And I'll just leave this little Dolok here. I have a second Dolok somewhere. Oh, there he is. And so these Doloks will travel around from your supply camps again into your keeps or to your towers. And what they'll do is they'll drop off 70 supply. The towers usually could hold about 100 supply per tower unless you upgrade it. Keeps could hold anywhere from, I think, 500 to 1,000 supply, which is really annoying. And supply is basically the lifeblood of your entire open world PvP campaigns, because supply can be used to upgrade your keeps, towers, and supply camps. Under towers, you could like upgrade the hot oil. I think you could reinforce the gate, which is really important. It makes the gates almost like much harder to destroy. You can also mount up, I think, cannons on the keeps, and cannons allow you to do long range fire. You can also upgrade the guards, build waypoints in there, so instead of respawning like at your border keep, you could just respawn directly into the keep over here. As long as the keep's not under attack. If it's under attack, the waypoint is inactive for that period of time. And then supplies also used to repair the walls or the doors. Like if someone comes banging on the gate, you could then run to grab supply from the little supply depot, run down to the gate and fix it, which is really useful. And a lot of times when I'm sieging a keep and I see that they have like 500 supply, I'm just thinking to myself, oh my gosh, this is going to take forever. This sucks. So just be aware that the more supply one of these places have, the longer it's going to take to destroy them or to penetrate the walls, as long as there's defenders inside repairing. One good use for towers, because towers are kind of weak and wimpy, but they could hold up to 100 or more supply, is to just kind of use them as banks, because supply camps could hold up to 100, towers could hold up to 100. So you could have players run by, grab it, start building their trebuchets over here, and then go back, grab some more. When this replenishes, when the Dolyaks travel there, you get another 70 supply, and they kind of function as just good banks to hold supply. Each player can only carry 10 supply, so just make a note of that. And of course, supplies used to build siege weapons. Now, siege weapons are really important in this game because they will rip apart your opponents or a door, and we'll get into that a little bit later. And please note that siege weapons can be used to counter your opponents also. So if your opponents build a siege weapon, you could build one to counter what they have set up. So this is kind of like the basics of the Borderland map. I'm going to pause here and go into part 2 of the tutorial, which goes into a little more in depth on each individual section of this map here.